Okay, beautiful people, how are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. If you are new here, my name is Milton Fonkwa. I'm a Cameroonian international student studying in the Netherlands now. Welcome to our platform. Today's video is going to be about Canada visa refusers, study in Canada, and so many things you want to know. I would equally be talking about some things, some reasons why your visa can be refused, your study visa can be refused, and equally what you can do to actually increase your chances of getting the visa. But before we talk about this, let's talk about some information about the Netherlands. Most of you have been asking me, Milton, I want to study in the Netherlands. I do not know how to go about it, and some other questions. So they are actually summed into three. I will respond to them now. The first one is, can I move to the Netherlands with my family? The answer is yes. You can actually move to the Netherlands with your family if you really want to move with your family. But remember that if you want to move with your family to the Netherlands, you have to call IND. I actually called them. They gave me some information which I dropped to you guys on the channel few weeks back. Now, let me reiterate again what happened. They actually told me that if you want to move to the Netherlands, you have to call them to know how much you need in your bank account. And in this case, you are going to be using the bank account. Now, they equally said it is your university who is going to apply for the visa for you. Remember, you're going to get a 3 months visa. When you get to the Netherlands, you will now go to either Zwolle or Utrecht to collect your residence permit, depending on the city, by the way, that you are coming to study. I mean, as a student, okay? Now, understand that you cannot apply for the visa yourself. The university that is bringing you in is acting as your host. So they are going to do your visa application with your family. But it's usually very tricky because the university might tell you that they cannot guarantee you that your family is going to get a visa. So my advice is come in first. Then when you are here for 2 months, if you have enough money in your bank account, you put in for your family to join you. Now, remember, this thing I just told you, somebody already did it and the visas got approved. As we speak, the distance to my house and this person's apartment is like maybe 5 to 10 minutes with my bicycle. Okay, so I'm not just saying something. He has done it and the visas are with him already. So the family is just to go to Benin now, take their fingerprints, like give their fingerprints, and their visas will be stamped in their passport and they will now move to the Netherlands. A family of 4. So go to the YouTube, in fact, check this channel, verify the video, watch the video, and understand what I said. If you watch my videos, do your own 5% because I've done 95% of the research. Just do your own 5% of the work. You would be here in Europe this year, September, or maybe early next year, which is 2026 February. Now, please, all this material I'm giving to you is the next thing you can do for me is to give me water to drink. How do you give me water? Share the video to your neighbor so that they can watch. Again, subscribe to the channel and encourage your family members to subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm here because I believe many people look up to me for information. So everything I think can help you, I will bring it. Everything I'm doing is for educational purpose only. Thank you so much. Now let's go back to the next question. How do I apply for schools in the Netherlands, Milton? I'm having difficulties. Now, how you can apply for schools in the Netherlands is go to Google and type studyinthenetherlands.nl. When you type this on Google, it's going to open. Click the first link. Then you're going to see a list of universities. You can equally search based on the country. Okay, not the country, but the city in which you want to study. Let's say you want to study in Rotterdam or Amsterdam. You can just go and click Rotterdam and click search. All the universities in Rotterdam will open, or those in Amsterdam. But please remember, these are big cities. They are not that cheap, very expensive. So always run away from those type of fees. Then also check how much you are going to pay when you get admissions, guys. It's so important. I cannot overemphasize on this. Then remember, some universities will ask all the money from you before they can apply for your visa. Others will say, just give us your tuition fee, then show the remaining balance in your bank account. In your bank account, in your name. There are a lot of videos I've done about this. So I expect you to do your own research. While I'm doing my own research, data shouldn't be more than you. It's 100 francs, 200, 300. Put data Do research so that before you come here, you should know. You are lucky that I'm here. I'm giving you what you need to know. Others may not tell you this, but I'm doing it. Remember, job opportunities depends on the city in which you are. Some cities are quite small and job opportunities will be difficult. And even at that, education here is quite different. You need to be there to attend lectures, to write exams. And again, group work is very important here. And you cannot skip group work because you want to go and work. Plan yourself very well. That's why your university will always say that. Give us money for your living costs, insurance, tuition for 1 year, visa application fee. Let us do it for you. That living cost they are collecting, which you can get it back when you get to the Netherlands, is they want to be sure that you have money that can sustain you whether you have a job or not. But the good thing is you are going to work during the summer holidays full time, and when you finish your study program, you are now going to apply for a 1 year stay back visa. It is called orientation year visa. And this visa will now, when you apply for it and get it, it's given for 1 year. You can now be working. While you are working, you are looking for a job that can sponsor you to stay back for maybe 2, 3, or 4 years, or even 5 years. Now, it is actually different from that type of visa. The orientation is different from a job stay visa. Okay, there are specific employers that can hire you and apply for the job stay visa on your behalf. Please do your own due diligence. Let's not talk too much. Let's go to Canada. Now, some of you, when you apply for your Canada visit, student visa, not visit, visa, you are going to see something like, oh, when IRCC rejects your visa application, you are going to find something like, oh, I'm not satisfied that you will leave Canada after your study program, or it may be in another form, but this is the most common reason. And sometimes you might also see another reason saying that I'm not satisfied that you have enough money to study in Canada or with accompanying family members. Particular reasons, I'm not satisfied that you have enough money. Then the second reason saying that I'm not satisfied that you will leave Canada. Sometimes it's not because you do not have this money. Sometimes it's because of documentation. Okay. Now I'm going to explain to you. If you want to put in for Canada visa in 2025, 2026, pay attention to this video. Now let's go to this. First thing first, after your visa has been rejected, I will encourage you to apply for a document called GCSM note. This document is coming from IRCC and it actually explains the breakdown of why your visa was rejected. When you apply for this, I don't know, I think is it $10 or $20? I don't remember. But that document is an explicit format or documentation or document that will explain every detail to you. Get it, okay? Now that's the first thing. Sometimes it takes a month or two. It depends. Now, when you get that document, on that document, you are going to see. Now, let's explain. If you are rejected because you do not have enough money, but on your bank statement, you said you have maybe 30,000 Canadian dollars, 40,000 Canadian dollars, 40 million CFA francs or Naira, but you still got rejected after even paying maybe a semester fees. You have to be attentive. Yeah, there are so many people I've coached who are in Canada studying. Most of them will watch this video. Some of them are even coming back to book appointments with me to advise them on what to do. I have done that. I'm still doing that. And I will keep pursuing that, keep advising so that you also move maybe in Canada or Europe. It depends on you. Now, if you on that GCMS note, you see something like lump sums amount of money. Lump sums means that you actually put too much money in the account, right? Maybe instead your account used to have like maybe 2,000 Naira, 3,000 Naira, maybe 50,000, 100,000. Out of a sudden, on top of your bank statement, you are telling the visa officer that you transferred 5 million. Where did the 5 million come from? That is what we call lump sums amount. Now, if you do not explain this amount, this 5 million that came in into that account, because initially you are doing 100k, 200, 100k, 200, 100k, 200. Then out of a sudden you have 5 million, you did not explain, you would be rejected. Did you steal the money? Where did the money come from? Now, this is what you are going to do. You have to explain to the visa officer if you sold a property. If maybe you sell your car or you sell something, right? You have the right to explain that I actually sold this thing to get this money, because they are trying to fight issues that may lead to money, blah, blah, blah. There are certain things I can't say, guys. So explain. If you sold a property, explain, okay? And then If someone sent you the money into your account, maybe a friend gave you the money, you still need to explain who is that friend to you? Why did they give you the money? Right? Did they give you the money because they want to support your academics? You need to explain all these things with evidence. Now, if you sold a property, where is the receipt? Which property did you sell? The property belongs to who? They want to see this with evidence. Now, if let's say you have been doing deposits, like I explained before, $100, 150, $200, and out of a sudden you are depositing 5,000, hey, or maybe 10,000. Where is it coming from? How did you get the money? And you did not explain it. They will never give you, even, okay, put yourself in the shoes of a visa officer. If you look at the bank statement and the bank statement is having maybe 100, 200, 100, 200 at the end of the day, somewhere you see 5,000, 10,000. Where did it come from? You need to explain. Okay. Then if the money, maybe you are doing some transactions from your business, out of a sudden, maybe a business partner sends the money to you, and then maybe 5 million, 10 million. Do you guys have any agreement for business purposes? Explain that and show evidence. Now, if you are saying it is a business, then you should be able to register your business. Look, let me tell you a secret. When I was preparing to move here, because I did several applications, I did 13 and I got 5, 2 in Canada, and then 1 in the Netherlands, 1 in Italy, 1 in Lithuania. I abandoned Canada because the laws were becoming so strict and I was looking at my chances of getting a visa. I wasn't meeting it. Why? Because I didn't have the required amounts for proof of funds, total money for living costs, tuition fee. And again, the program I wanted to study was, I will come to that later on in another video. So I just decided to jelly. Of course, I did my research, then I'm here now. So all these things, you need to put them into consideration. If it's a business, bring your documents to prove business relationship between the two of you. And also, is your company registered? These are the type of things. I even have a company I registered because of Canada, but now I'm happy because it's helping me. I'm taking time to explain so that you do not make mistakes others have done. Sometimes some people think paying your tuition fee in full will give you a visa. No, bro. You need to prove these things I'm telling you. Now, the second thing is, lump sums is one. The second thing is, if you do not justify the funds in your bank account, you would be rejected. Now, let's talk about justifying the funds. If you saying you are employed, maybe you write on your statement of purpose or your letter of explanation that you are employed. Now, at the end of the day, if you are employed to who? They cannot see your pay slip. They cannot see your employment contract, right? They cannot even see maybe anything like maybe a leave letter that you are going to study in Canada from your company, and you are telling them you are employed. Who are you employed to? You need to show these documents in order to get a visa, because the list is so huge, from lump sums to justifying employment. Because if you are saying you are employed, definitely maybe your company is sending some money into your account, right? And you are not showing the documents of your employment. It doesn't make sense. So you need to show all of this. Then another thing is, if you are using a sponsor, please pay attention to this, because so many people do not have the funds to sponsor themselves. So most of us, we are using sponsors. I totally understand. But if you are using a sponsor, you need to show proof of relationship. Very important. Now, who is this sponsor to you? If you are showing proof of relationship, because of course, if you want to study in Canada, there are people that can sponsor you. You need to pay attention to these details. Now, if you want to show proof of relationship, you are going to be using birth certificates. Okay, your father, your mother, your brother, or your sister are the best people to sponsor you in Canada. That's your parents and your siblings. To an extent, your uncles and auntie also can sponsor you. Now, if you look at these people I mentioned, they have proof of, they have a link with birth certificate. Your birth certificate and their birth certificate have a link. Now, let's say your sister is the one sponsoring you. You bring your birth certificate, bring that of your sister, bring that of your parents to show a relationship. That's proof of a sponsor or proof of relationship. Now, if your sister is married, you bring their marriage certificate, okay? Then also bring proof of their name change, because sometimes when you are married, your name might change, especially with women. Where is their proof of name change? Then also their identity card. Very important. Okay, you need to explain this. And remember, while you are putting these things, you explain on your letter of explanation. Because I see some people, they will be like, oh, I added the documents, but I never did explanation. No, Don't assume the visa officer knows everything. Sometimes they read the letter of explanation and they already know what you submitted. Sometimes they look at what you submitted and they already know what is on your letter of explanation. They might not read everything, guys. Might not. Okay. Now, if you are being sponsored by your uncle, you need to know that your father's birth certificate must come in, your uncle's birth certificate must come in, okay? Then your own birth certificate. This is to show proof of relationship that your father and your uncle, they have the same parents. I hope you understand. Then also your birth certificate, like I mentioned to you. And again, I'm going to talk about so many other proof or things that you should put into consideration if you really want to move to Canada again. Of course, don't forget that Canada is becoming so strict and difficult now. A lot of changes in terms of PR, permanent residency, citizenship, schools, and the schools you are going to apply for, and again, so many other things, right? But it doesn't change the fact that people are still moving to Canada. So I'm here just to teach us so that we know what we are doing. And I hope this helps you. Please do not forget to share the video. We meet again in another exciting one. Bye bye.